Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Gary with the Get Some podcast. And my guest this week is...
This motherfucker Gary.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Gary Owen with the Get Some podcast. As you can see, I'm wearing that high school hat, Talawanda High School. My high school, 7-0. We're just running through people. This week, they got a tough game. Harrison Wildcats versus Talawanda Brave. So I went to the game last week. I brought one mailman with me. It was good. They beat this school called Northwest 35-3. And that little tailback they got, that Lance Cantrell, that's the real deal. So big game. Good to see a lot of people in my hometown. So what I did last week, I was in Dayton, Ohio at the Funny Bone. And the football game started at 7. And then my show didn't start till 7:30. And so whenever the comedy show starts at 7:30, you can hold it for about 10 minutes, and they usually have a 5-minute promo video it's almost like previews when you go to the movie theater. So a 7:30 show really doesn't start till 7:35, 7:40 for most clubs. So I said, let's hold it 15. Let's do the video and have an opener go for about 45. So I got to see the first quarter and a half. I left at 7:30. I was at the comedy club about 8:30, but it was cool. Got to, just got to see the guys. It's just always good to go back. Ain't nothing like Friday night football. Them Friday Night Lights, there's a reason they wrote a book. There's a reason they made a movie about it, because there's something about high school and them Friday Night Lights is something special, especially in Ohio. I think certain states, high school football is a little bigger. I think Ohio, Texas, Pennsylvania, Georgia, maybe Florida. I don't have enough info on Florida, but I know Florida's got some great football players come out of there, but I just don't know if it's like that in Florida. So maybe everybody could tell me, is Florida really like that with high school football on Friday nights? So that was good. High school's undefeated. Now, you know who's defeated is the Bengals. When all hope is lost, when the Cincinnati Bengals have lost 3 in a row, haven't really been in any of the games since Jake Browning took over, they make a move for Joey Flacco. And, here's what I say to Bengal fans out there. We knew we needed a change. We knew we had to make a move. If there's any chance of us going to playoffs and Joe Burrow's coming back this year, the Bengals had to make a move. And they did. Was it a move I saw coming? No. Everyone seemed to be under the pretense it was going to be Jameis or Russell Wilson. Come to find out, Bengals didn't reach out to the Giants. They said for that type of offense that they run, that they want to keep seamless in case Burrow gets back. Russell, yeah. Jameis is kind of a wild card. So my guess is they did their due diligence and they figured, let's get an old vet that can pick up an offense quick and come in. And honestly, this is where Flacco flourished the past couple of years. It wasn't the start at the beginning of the year. It was coming in out of left field, almost like a relief pitcher. You don't see coming. So we'll see. If we can get that Flacco from 2 years ago that had magic with the Browns or a couple games with the Colts, I think we'd be happy. I think Cincinnati would be happy if he wins half the games. So if he starts 8 games, if somehow Flacco can go 4-4, that puts us at 6-7, or maybe 5-5, 7-8, and Burrow can come back. And we'll see what happens for the last 2 or 3 games. But by them signing him, at least to let the fan base know we know something's wrong. We're trying. It's hard to get a top tier quarterback off a trade or basically off the out of the parking lot this time of the year. So, I made a couple moves. I'm excited. Anything's got to be better than what we just got done doing. So we'll see what happens. So I was rule of the jungle in Cincinnati this week. So those, like Seattle's got the 12th man. They raised the flag up. Pittsburgh got the terrible towels. Well, Cincinnati's got this thing called rule of the jungle. And they put you on like this stage. There's trees, there's fire, there's a staff, and you get the whole crowd pumped before the game. And they said, once you get the Who Dey chant, you're up here for a minute. We're going to cut the audience and we're cutting back. We're cutting the audience, we're cutting back. So I never knew if they was on me or not. So I'm going ham. I turned the staff into an air guitar at one point. I did like a Wakanda thing, like karate. Here's what you didn't know. I did a kick. I had the staff, I did like a karate kick. Pulled my hamstring. No lie. I got to be the only rule of the jungle that got hurt doing it. I did this kick and I went, ah. So I didn't stretch. I didn't warm up. I'm already tight as it is. I'm not the most flexible guy in the world. Pull my hamstring. So I get done. I powered through it. It's only a minute. So we're walking back. They give you a suite. They give you 4 tickets to a suite. We're walking back to the suite. I told my girl, Bree, I was like, I think I pulled my hamstring. She's, you're lying. I go, dead ass. I'm pretty sure I pulled my hamstring. So I've been limping all week. I'll be fine for my shows this weekend, but I didn't pull it off the bone like an athlete, but it was like a tweak, limping. I had an after party Sunday. I couldn't go because I couldn't walk. I had to text my boy Joey Cook, keep the money. I can't make it, bro. I can barely walk. So thank you to the Cincinnati Bengals for having me. It was awesome. To Taylor and Alex, the 2 people that were my point people, took care of me. You guys were awesome. But just know, if you watch this, pull my hamstring. Basically being a mascot. I'm always the first of anything. First white guy on BET. I don't know. First white guy, first guy to pull my hamstring. Being a ruler of the jungle. Yeah. So I'm a first type guy, So it was funny because afterwards, I went with my buddy T-Row, was also my opener, and he knew one of the coaches on the Lions. So we walked down there where the Lions are walking out. A couple of things that's funny about this. I wore. Sorry. When you got twins, I apologize for yawning, but I got twins. I had a doctor's appointment today, but the twins, they just went for a walk. So I got this a lot of time to record my podcast. So yeah, bear with me. It's almost bedtime. So T-Rope, he knew one of the coaches on Detroit Lions, Deshae Townsend. He used to play for the Steelers. So T-Rope was like, yo, let's go say what's up to Deshae. So they walk us down. We were before the friends and family section. So whenever you see teams come out, there's always an area for friends and family to stand, and then a player gets them, they can come over here. We were right when they walk out of the locker room. But people I had with me was chill. We're relaxed. We had the Bengals brass with us, so nobody was tripping. We're sitting there waiting for Deshae to come out. I was waiting for the running back Reynolds. Him and his dad are just great people. They come to my shows a lot. And then I was waiting for David Montgomery to come out, now healthy Cincinnati guy. I've told that story too many times to tell it again. But these 2 people in Detroit jerseys, a guy and girl, come up. And I don't know how they got to the area we were at, but they shouldn't have been there. And they did too much. They got in front of us. The fence is here where the players walk out. They got right up against the fence. The 4 of my people, we was kind of faded back a little bit. We was probably 7-8 feet from the railing where the players come out to separate people. And we're the only 4 people there. And they got there. They got right up. And I was like, oh, they're fans. They shouldn't be here because this is not where the fans sit. And the one girl was doing too much. She goes, hi, what's your name? Hi, what's your name? How are you? And then finally, Taylor, the girl with the Bengals, she goes, do you know them? I go, no. She did like a nod. And the security came over. They go, who are you? And we're just so-and-so. They backed him up and got him out of there. But I was watching it play. I was like, they're not supposed to be here. But that was a good effort. But you did a little too much. And so they got kicked out. But it was funny because Reynolds comes out, the running back. Then Amon St. Brown comes out. And Detroit's got some cool dudes on it, even though I'm a diehard Bengals fan. If the Bengals don't go this year, I would love to see Buffalo or the Lions win it. Either one. But Amon St. Brown, and they immediately, I got this Rudy Johnson jersey on, and they're like, what's up with the jersey? And I'm like, Rudy J, baby. He just passed away. I'm wearing it for him. They was like, all right. I go, you know he played for the Lions too? They go, no. I go, yeah, his last year was with the Lions. They go, no, we didn't know that. I said, I'm repping both teams. And then they saw my shoes. They was like, what's up with the shoes? I was like, oh, I had Bengal shoes on. These Nike Air Pegasus Bengals. I go, oh. They go, yeah. I said, listen, let's have a truce. I'm rooting for you guys in the NFC, Bengals in the AFC. Is that cool? Because we need you now. We need you to beat Pittsburgh. We need you to be. Have they already played Baltimore? I think they did. We need you to beat Pittsburgh, and we need you to beat Cleveland if they haven't already played them yet. So we need you. And you want the Bengals to beat Green Bay and Chicago now, right? So let's be friends. Let's come together and let's be friends. So we made a truce. But Joe Flacco, baby, you beat Green Bay once, let's beat them again. At least we got something to root for. Shit. So big news I've been kind of waiting on, and I'm kind of let the cat out of the bag early. My next comedy special, we're going to record it January 17th at the Lincoln Theater, Washington, D.C., and it's called No Hard Feelings. So tickets are not on sale yet. They will be on sale next week. So just always have a go to my website, www.garyowen.live, and that has all my information on it. And that's going to tell you when the presale goes up. The presale might go up before I record again next week, so check it. www.garyowen.live, January 17th, Lincoln Theater, Washington, D.C. So I'm pumped. Man. We're doing it independently. I'm flipping the bill, and we'll have it on YouTube February or March at the latest. We will send it to Netflix. We will send it to Hulu. We will send it to Amazon, but that's always been a no. But the good thing is I'm not at the mercy of them like I was in the past. So it's kind of like, do you want it or not? We're not waiting. Here it is. Take a look. If you don't want it, no hard feelings. I get it. But if you want it, you got to buy it now. So we'll see what happens. So let me just reiterate that one more time for the hell of it. January 17th, Washington, D.C., the Lincoln Theater. Yeah, Gary Owen, no hard feelings. And let's see what happens. I'm pumped though, man. I'm pumped. So yeah. So I did RG3's podcast last week, and we talked about a variety of subjects. Robert Griffin III, his wife, nice lady. They're gonna have some athletes though, because she was a heptathlete at Florida State. You know, he's Robert Griffin, amazing athlete, track, football, Heisman Trophy winner. Yeah, they're gonna have some. They got all girls, I think, so far. I don't think they have any boys, but they're about to have some athletic chicks in a couple years. Be ready. There's no way that DNA, them kids are gonna be balling. But as we talked about a bunch of different subjects, it's called Out of Pocket, if you guys want to check it on YouTube. But one of the topics we got on was the WNBA. And, you know, I think I was a little harsh on the WNBA. I go, nobody watches it. It's boring. It sucks. Now, I should say it's boring to me. It's not means it's boring to everybody. I stand by that. The WNBA is boring to me. Golf is boring to me. Baseball, unless it's the playoffs, the World Series, or the Cincinnati Reds playing, I can't just watch the Tampa Bay Devil Rays versus the Seattle Mariners. I'd be bored. But I can watch football Thursday night, Monday night, Sunday night, all day, especially NFL football. But the WNBA to me is boring. Doesn't mean it's just how I feel, unless Caitlin Clark's playing. And it even makes it better when Caitlin Clark is playing Angel Reese because she's the villain. We talked about that. So I just want to make sure everybody knows. It's no different than a comedian. There's certain comedians people like, certain comedians people don't like. And you can say, he's not funny or she's not funny to me. Doesn't mean they're not funny. It's just to me, they're not funny. So that's what I want to get across. So if you get a chance, check out the RG3 podcast, Out of Pocket. We had a good time with it. And then in the vein of football, they picked Bad Bunny to be the halftime show, which I don't really get. I understand you're trying to expand your market, but to hire an artist that doesn't have any songs in English, not that I'm aware of, it's odd to me. It's just, I don't think, I think, I understand you got to expand your audience, but you also have to feed the fan base. And a huge core of the NFL fan base is middle-aged white people, in particular, middle-aged white men. That is what I would guess over half the NFL fans are that. And the other half will be women, people of other colors, and other nationalities. But I bet you over half is white dudes, middle-aged white dudes that don't speak Spanish, that are going to be watching a halftime show. Like, it'll be interesting. It could go either way. It could go, it's the highest rated halftime show ever worldwide. My guess is worldwide, it'll do numbers. Nationwide, I think people are going to turn it off. Just because they don't speak Spanish. And I know a couple Bad Bunny songs. I don't speak Spanish, but you hear it so much, it kind of like, I don't know if it takes over your algorithm or takes over your brain, but I don't know. I know when I hear it, I go, that's a Bad Bunny song. I know it immediately. It's got a very distinct voice. So it'll be interesting. I'm going to watch it, but if I was a powers be, I wouldn't have did it. I would have been like, nah, we're going to stick to English. That's just me. I don't know. Yeah, it's interesting. I wouldn't have did it, but I see why they're doing it. I don't know. Hey, this podcast is brought to you by Blue Chew. Now, Blue Chew's that's my go-to, baby. Let me tell you something. When it's time for that action, when you want that satisfaction, you want that positive reaction. Yeah, you know what I do? I go to Blue Chew, and I just made this whole rhyme up. It was totally off the dome. That's what I do. So listen, this isn't just about performance. This is about legacy. And I'm talking about third legacy. Give her group chat something to talk about. When you lay it down. They're talking about how it gets up. Nothing makes you more of a legend than a little Blue Chew. Discover your options at BlueChew.com. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. As always, get your first month of Blue Chew free. Just use promo code GETSOME at checkout. Pay $5 for shipping. That's it. Join Blue Chew's mission to upgrade humanity one thrust at a time. Head to BlueChew.com for details and safety info. And a big thanks to Blue Chew for sponsoring this podcast. That's what I'm talking about. Blue Chew. When you take it, you talk like this. Yeah. Blue Chew. Hey, this podcast is brought to you by Zippix. Now listen, Get your fix with Zippix Toothpicks. Save 10% by using code GETSOME at zippixtoothpicks.com. Do it today. Must be 21 years or older. Now listen, this is what I want you guys to do. I want you to ditch the cigarettes, ditch the vapes, and get some nicotine-infused toothpicks at zippixtoothpicks.com. Do it today. Get 10% off your first order by using the code GETSOME at checkout. Must be 21 years or older. Warning, nicotine is an addictive chemical. Zip more, smoke less with the Zippix Nicotine Toothpicks. Now, listen. Just so you know, I'm not just out here reading. I'm also, that is my favorite. That is my favorite. The B12 caffeine toothpicks. It's like freshens your breath. So good. Thank you, Zippix. Watch this. I can't do it. Not going to risk it. Just going to suck in that delicious flavor. All right, y'all. Zippix. I just think if you're like, how can I put this? There's like huge pop stars in Japan and China that we know nothing about that could sell out all over the, probably maybe all over the world. There's certain artists that are like that. And here's the thing with every city, like if you're going to do a worldwide tour and you're a Japanese speaking artist, only Japanese, basically most theaters, 2,500, 3,000 seats, let's say. That's all you're looking for in every city is to find 3,000 people that speak Japanese that will go out and pay money to see you. And if you could do that, you can pretty much go all over the world. That's the goal. But when you're talking about the biggest sporting event in the world, and in particular in the United States, I just think you should go with an English-speaking person or a mix. If Bad Bunny did both, Spanish and English, then I would get it. But just all Spanish, I don't. It's not even for me to agree. I wouldn't have did it. I would have went with somebody else that spoke both. But I kind of see it. Why they did it, I just think in the United States, I think it's not gonna do as well as they think. But I could be wrong. Like I said, just my opinion. No difference in the WNBA. And this isn't hating on Bad Bunny. This isn't saying he's not a good artist. I just think for this event, and on the other side of things, if I am Bad Bunny, I'm taking it. Hell yeah, I am. And it is in California, the Super Bowl. So the live performance should be quite a few Spanish-speaking people in the stadium that day. So let's put it like that. If it was like in, I don't know, if the Super Bowl was in Detroit, I don't know if I'd have did it. Bad Bunny in Detroit. So we'll see. I know they always got to announce it way ahead of time. I just think it'd be cool if they don't make the announcement till 2 weeks prior to the Super Bowl, and then you cater it to the cities that are in it. So like if the Detroit Lions are playing the San Francisco, well, they can't. If the Detroit Lions are playing the New York Jets in the Super Bowl, New York, you got a ton. You could have Jay-Z, and then you could have Eminem, or you could have Kid Rock, or you could have Nas, or you could have Bob Seger, and I don't know. There's so many artists out of New York. Billy Joel. There's so many to choose from. That would that's what I think they should do. Wait till 2 weeks prior, because you get 2 weeks, got a 2 week window, and then he's like, all right, who's in the Super Bowl? Let's find artists from that area. And then the Super Bowl, if the performance is 20 minutes or 15 minutes, you do half and half. 10 and 10, 5 and 5, 8 and 8, whatever you want to do. That'd be cool. And they can come together and like remix one song, sing it together. That'd be cool. I think that'd be, It's an idea. Just an idea. That's all. Yeah. So, last couple things I want to talk about. They finally caught that Derrick Groves guy, the guy that, remember they're like, all the guys that escaped that New Orleans prison? Let me see how many there was. Real quick. They finally caught the last guy in Atlanta. Derrick Groves caught. Last of 10. So, authorities say the final fugitive from a major New Orleans jail escape has been captured after months on the run. U.S. Marshals and Atlanta police arrested I thought he was older than that. 28-year-old Derrick Groves during a SWAT operation at a home in southwest Atlanta. Let me see. What we know. The U.S. Marshal Service said it was involved in a SWAT standoff Wednesday along Honeysuckle Lane near DeLuise Drive in Cedar Lane in southwest Atlanta. Witnesses told Fox 5 News that the standoff began early Wednesday with officers calling for Derrick Groves, who escaped from the New Orleans jail in May, to come out of the home. Fox 5's crew at the scene reported that the man eventually walked out was taken into custody, matched Groves' description. What they're saying, Deputy Chief Kelly Collier with the Atlanta Police Department said Groves was taken into custody without serious injury after officers deployed gas and a police dog. Blah, blah, blah. The capture was the result of months of coordination between agencies in Georgia and Louisiana. Ever since the escape, the U.S. Marshals of New Orleans, along with several other departments, started a task force just for this case and have spent thousands of hours working tons of leads. We can't exactly say what brought us here, but it was a very thorough investigation, a.k.a. somebody snitched and somebody got a reward. That's what that meant. We can't exactly say what brought us here. I can. Somebody called you and said, I know where Derrick Groves is. How much? But it was a very thorough investigation. Somebody snitched on you, bro. Somebody. New Orleans District Attorney Jason Williams said residents are breathing a collective sigh of relief following Groves' arrest. Everybody knowing that a person who was facing multiple life sentences is now in custody. We look forward to holding him accountable for the crime that was already convicted of and other crimes that was committed. A neighbor who witnessed the standoffs at the scene was unlike anything she's seen in her 35 years living in the quiet neighborhood. I heard all this noise from the police telling everyone to stay away, stay back, said Deborah Lackey. Then I saw the police cars and a SWAT team. You saw the big SWAT trucks driving up on the grounds. And the next thing you know, you heard them knocking the garage door in. They were throwing things. You hear boom, boom, boom. So, for those who don't know the backstory, Groves escaped from the New Orleans Parish Justice Center May 16, 2025, May, June, July, August, September, October. 5 months he's been on the run. Along with 9 other inmates who became one of Louisiana's most high-profile jailbreaks in decades. While most of the escapees were captured within weeks, Grove had remained at large for 5 months. Authorities says Groves was serving time after being convicted of killing 2 people when he opened fire at Mardi Gras party in 2024. Huh? Oh, okay. In connection with the jailbreak, Sterling Williams, a maintenance worker at the jail, was previously arrested and charged with 10 counts of principal of simple escape. And so somebody on the inside helped him escape. So, I saw the video of him getting caught too. He's just bullshitting with the cops, the SWAT people. He blew a kiss to the camera guy. So that tells me he got laid. In the last 5 months, he got laid. And that's why he's probably happy and chill. Like, all right, I got out. 5 months on the run. Got some pussy. Didn't think I'd ever get pussy again. And I got some pussy. That probably is relaxing him more than anything. It's probably why, God, what a feeling, though. Think about you're on the run for 5 months. Who knows how long you've been in that house. And then, SWAT team, come out. Oh, his stomach had to drop. I mean, because you're on borrowed time. So every day is just like, ooh, still ain't caught me. But God, his stomach had to be like, fuck. I bet you just a collective, fuck. Back to jail. No more Popeyes. No more Varsity. No more Lucky Charms. No more pussy. It's just like, God damn it. That's the worst. So all 10 guys got caught. But this guy, he was holed up for a long time. And he's not too far from New Orleans. I guess Atlanta. I wonder how he got there. From New Orleans to Atlanta, I guess that is kind of far. It's kind of impressive, actually, that he got that far. I don't know where I would have went. I would have just kept going. I don't know. I think I would try to get to Canada over Mexico if I ever had to escape. I don't know how I get into Canada. Maybe I try to, middle of the night, try to swim the river, get up by Buffalo and try to swim, not fall off the waterfall. Yeah. Because I've been to Buffalo. It doesn't seem like there's security there, but it seems like there is a way to get over there to Canada. And then you just got to figure out, get an alias, figure it out. But I think I hear some people like try to go to Mexico. I think I'd try to go to Canada personally. That's what I would do. All right. Last I want to talk about. Did you guys see the lady on the airline that the plane lands? She's in one seat. Her daughter's is in a seat, rows behind her. Looked like it was Southwest or Frontier, somewhere they didn't have assigned seats, or maybe they did, and her and her daughter didn't get tickets together. And then she wouldn't let anybody go because she wanted to wait till her daughter got up there. And she's like cussing everybody out. And everybody's like, just go, lady, or step aside till your daughter walks up. And it was just like, some people are so freaking selfish and so have no consideration for other people. As a guy that flies every week, I haven't had too many horror stories, but when I see stuff like this, I'm like, get over yourself, lady. It's not about you. It's not about your daughter. Other people got flights to catch. What if somebody's going to a funeral? What if somebody's going to meet their daughter or son? And you got them all holed up. And if somebody pushes you, then there's that. But she literally got in the aisle, and she wasn't like in the front. She's in the middle of the plane and wouldn't let nobody pass her. And she kept yelling for her daughter. And everybody's like, just step back in the seats and your daughter's going to come up. And then I'm shocked that so many people was calm. One lady was going back and forth with her, and then the one lady was like, shut up, bitch. She started cussing her out. The lady that's holding up the line waiting for her daughter started cussing people out. So, yeah, you're a great example for your daughter. That's just what you want. Hey, mom. Yeah, why don't you block everybody from coming and then cuss people out for asking you to move, for telling you that you're selfish? Yeah. Why do I got a feeling she's not the greatest mom in the world? I don't know. Yeah. So just listen to everyone that flies, because I fly every week. Do me a favor. Take a deep breath. If the plane's late and you're running late for a connection, take a deep breath. It's not the end of the world if you miss the flight, and please don't, if you are in a rush, don't bombard everybody trying to rush up to the front of the plane. If it's that important, buy a ticket towards the front of the plane. If you can't afford first, make sure you pay the extra $20, $30 and reserve a seat towards the front of the plane. If it's that important to you. If not, it's not our fault. It's not our fault. You bought the cheapest ticket possible, so you got whatever seat was left, and you're towards the back of the plane. You're in a rush. That is not our fault. That's your fault. So stop blaming the other passengers. Stop getting upset at the other passengers for following the rules. You really mad at yourself is who you're mad at, lady. You're not mad at everybody else. You're mad at yourself because you didn't pre-plan your trip accordingly. Hey, people aren't obligated to move their seats. It's okay. The plane's not that big. Your daughter will get off. Or at least go up to the front of the plane and wait for her. Go to the front row, stand there, or take a seat till she gets up there. They're not going to kick you off. Say, I'm waiting on my daughter. The flight will be like, all right. When your daughter comes up, you both get off together. It's not that hard. So, yeah, to that lady, a big F you. I'm just glad I don't have to deal with that a lot. I don't see, for some reason, I've been lucky, knock on wood, that I haven't seen too many horror stories on plane. I've seen people get kicked off. I've seen people argue with the flight attendants. I've seen rude passengers. I've seen people throw up. I've seen a lot in the 20 plus years I've been flying. But yeah, I've had a flight turn around for engine problems. I've had a flight land for a medical emergency. All of it is what it is. There's nothing you can do about it. I've learned over the course of flying, like, it's out of my control. Everything will work itself out. We'll be all right. So to that lady, it's not all about you. Should have planned your trip better. And you weren't like that worried about your daughter. Like you thought, oh my God, something's going to go wrong with her. You're looking at her. She's coming. She's walking up with the other people on the plane. Relax. Chill out. All right, y'all. We'll see you next week. This is Gary on the Get Some Podcast.
This motherfucker Gary.